Hello, and welcome back to the Unplanned Journey podcast, where we explore the unpredictable paths that lead to extraordinary success. I'm your host, Jivantika Lingalwar, and this is the third episode of season two. And today we have a truly inspiring guest with us, Liat Natanel. Liat is a senior relationship manager at LinkedIn Sales Solutions, a dynamic public speaker, and an ultra marathon runner. He has a wealth of experience in helping startups and enterprises grow by consulting sales leaders on building and managing effective sales teams. Beyond her professional achievement, Liat's passion for ultramarathons showcases her incredible dedication and resilience. So, in this episode, we'll dive into Liat's unplanned journey, exploring how she thrives amidst the unpredictable, balances her multifaceted career, and stays motivated through it all. We'll also uncover some of the key lessons she's learned along the way and get her insights on navigating unexpected challenges. So sit back, relax, and join us as we embark on another fascinating episode of the Unplanned Journey. A very warm welcome to you, Liat, and how are you feeling today?
Great to be here. Great opportunity to meet you and share my experience with the audience, and especially getting some escapism of what's going on in the world today. I'm very, very grateful to be here.
Thank you so much for being a part of the Unplanned Journey. So, without any further ado, I'm directly going to jump on the question that I have for you, and I'm so fascinated and excited to hear your stories. So, your journey has been quite diverse and impressive, from a lawyer to sales to ultra marathon. So, what inspired you to pursue such varied interest?
Great question. I think it's more what when I started this journey, I didn't know how the dots will connect moving forward. So I went to law school because I come from a family that you need to have a profession. However, I didn't like it. I didn't like being a lawyer, mostly because the focus is seeking problems and all the time being in a position that you want to be the gatekeeper, but in order to be the gatekeeper, you need to make sure that you don't miss anything, and all the, like, you're always focusing on problems, or if you're in litigation, you're fighting a lot, which I didn't like. So I decided that I want to shift my focus to how we get to agreements, how do we communicate better, and how we collaborate. And that's how I started the shift of journey towards sales.
Lovely. I mean, the marathon thing is quite fascinating to me because so I used to be an athlete long, long time back. If some of my friends are listening to this, they might laugh right now because I am not able to run anymore. Not because I can't, but I think it's just the habit of running is gone for me. So I used to
Mhm.
be running a lot back in my schools, and I used to go for competitions. I was a skating champion. So this kind of fascinates me more to see, like, somebody, especially a woman, is doing marathons and all. So maybe we'll come back to that piece a little bit more, and I want to hear more stories of your marathon, probably what marathons you've done. But let me talk about something that has shaped your career. So, can you share a pivotal moment in your career that has significantly shaped your path right now?
Yeah, I think that there were a few tipping points in my career that made a massive change. One of them, like the latest one, was relocating from Tel Aviv to Dublin with LinkedIn. But I think the first dramatic tipping point was leaving the world of law, which is what I went like to study in university. I invested a lot of time and effort in this place and decided that this is not for me. And I'm going to a journey of the unknown. I didn't know back then that I'll end up being a salesperson. I was just like, this is not for me. And it was more of trying to learn and understand what are the roles that are out there, what's the focus, what you're actually doing. And this point, when
Yeah.
I knew that I'm living one world, but I don't know what's the alternative, was a great moment in my career of taking the leap and hoping that things will work out in
Yeah.
the end.
Well, I think that's why we call it unplanned events, unplanned journey,
Yeah,
isn't it? So
totally.
how do you balance your such a demanding career with your passion for the marathons and varied other interest?
Yeah. So I think my answer is something that probably many people will be like, oh, I can't believe that's the answer she's giving, but I'm a morning person. So I always say that nobody can take your 5 a.m.s. I mean,
Yeah.
they could if you do litigation and then you have to be in court in like crazy hours. But generally, I'm a morning person. I run in the mornings, so that's my routine. And when I used to, at the moment, I'm not racing or competing, but when I used to compete and race, it's just like during the week, it's long distances, but not as long as you run during the weekends. And you're well invested in this. So the weekends
Yeah.
are all for training. And during the week, it's long runs, but early in the morning. So I used to come to the office at like 8:30 in the morning, and I already ran 20K, and people would be like,
Wow.
how? And I'm like, okay, that's what happens when you wake up at 5 a.m., 4:30. So
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
just, you do more. But on the other hand, you go to sleep really early. So you
Wow.
don't have the out evenings and stuff. Yeah.
Well, I cannot say I can relate because I'm not a morning person. And even to wake up in the morning, I have to have like five alarms, and a lot of people can resonate with me on this. That I try to wake up like really early, but it's really difficult for me. I'm a night owl, so I can stay awake as late as I can, but morning is quite difficult. So well done. I mean, I really it's very inspiring to see people who wake up this early and start their day. And I think this is how it's supposed to be so that you can have the evenings for yourself. But so I know like you've been helping a lot of startups as well and enterprises. So what are some of the biggest challenges probably that we've faced while helping these startups and enterprises grow, and how did you overcome them?
Great question. So my focus is on Israeli companies, whether it's startups that are still based in Israel or companies that have grew significantly, became a model of an enterprise and they're well spread and have different subsidiaries. I think the major challenge is that they move very fast, and a lot of things change as they grow, and it's very hard to build robust and very structured
Hmm.
processes. However, being able to be flexible and adjust to their pace and being creative, that's where you find the sweet spot of how you can support them with a program that is supposed to be very rigid and robust,
Yeah.
but to align to their vibe, which is move fast, break things, pivoting, running fast. So, yeah.
Okay. And in your experience, what are the key elements that would make a sales team successful?
So internally in the sales team, it's a lot about communication. Like
Yeah.
the more clarity you have on what are your KPIs, what are you trying to achieve, what's the mission here, and you like the communication between the colleagues, the sales reps, and the manager is smooth, it's easier to achieve things because many times things get lost in translation, especially if you are
Mhm.
globally, different hours, different cultures. So I think communication is the name of the game, and also to keep it very simple. A lot of
Okay.
mistakes, a repetitive mistake is that sales orgs purchase a lot of tools that eventually stay on the shelf. And then you waste a
Yeah.
lot of money and you're not leveraging the tools. So less is more. Purchase less tools that give you more, and then it's easier to manage it as well.
Yeah. And diverting slightly a little bit from the topic. So we saw like you're also a public speaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I am myself a public speaker, but I believe like every speaker has a different style to,
Yeah.
different style of topic or different style of influencing and probably putting their words out. So how has your role as a public speaker influenced your approach to business development and also relationship management?
So I think because the topics that I focus on in my public speaking are mostly around business development, networking, how to build strong and meaningful business relationships, everything aligns together. It's all in one
Yeah.
harmony because when you're able to transform yourself from being perceived as a vendor to being perceived as a trusted advisor, it
Hmm.
changes the entire dynamics because
Yeah.
even though I'm a salesperson working for LinkedIn, the relationship I build with my POCs in different companies is beyond my position.
Yeah.
And then I'm perceived not in a way of like, yes, she's trying to push another product or another sale or whatever, but actually as she's really trying to help me. And in
Yeah.
the public speaking initiatives, I share best practices of what's working for me. So I don't keep it as a secret, quite the opposite. I'm like, this is how I roll, this is how I build relationships. Take it, use it. Why not? Like, if make it your
Yeah.
own and
Yeah.
make it effective. So
Yeah.
leading with value is the name of the game.
Yeah. And God, it feels like you're doing so many things. So how do you stay motivated and maintain your performance in both of your professionals and the athletic pursuits?
I think the main thing is to really enjoy what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I love what I do, and I love the juggling with like 10 different balls in the air, like a little bit of like a circus vibe, but more of that what keeps me rolling because the different things that work, doing public speaking events, mentoring, running, everything aligns together of things that as a feedback I get a lot of energy from.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just it's like a mechanism that feeds the energy and not take out of the energy. So I
Yeah.
think it just helps me stay motivated all the time.
Yeah, well, I can agree. I mean, I really like what you said about, taking the energy, seize the energy. So I think that's what people with multiple professionals, multiple activities that they like to do would probably focus on. And everybody has, as I said, everybody has different styles working towards their different career goals.
Mhm.
So thanks for sharing that valuable insights. Um, can you tell us about a time when you had an unexpected event or challenge that has led to a significant opportunity or a breakthrough in your career?
So I think the opportunity I got to relocate for LinkedIn changed my life completely because
Mm-hmm.
it was starting more or less from scratch, different country, all alone, not knowing anybody, and building myself from zero.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one experience. And in general, I think relocation is a must for every young professional who wants to
Yeah.
develop personally and professionally. And another unexpected event that affected my life personally, but obviously my profession is October 7th. And now we're actually having the anniversary upcoming, which
Oh,
was
wow.
a very, very, very challenging year.
Mm-hmm.
How to embrace the pain, to embrace what's going on,
Yeah, yeah.
keep on pushing while trying to cope with everything that is going on, specifically in Israel and around. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I think those two events were significantly in different ways, but one was
Mm-hmm.
like obviously very positive, which is the relocation. The other one was very, 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 and still very difficult.
Yeah.
But in the end of the day, it's an event that I hope that sometime the world will become calmer.
Yeah. Well, I can't imagine, around whatever is happening in Israel and everything, and the people who are there. So I can't imagine what they are going through, but I really wish, and we all really wish and hope that these all things that are happening, they end soon, bringing more calmness and peace around the world so that, people can actually live their life without fear.
Mm.
But thanks, and well done to you as well for managing everything with positivity even after having so many things going around you. As I said, it's hard, it's really difficult, and people who are in that zone, who are actually standing there, they know it better. So all we can do is wish you the best, hope the best, and pray for the best, right? But
Yeah.
coming back to our question, so because you are working in LinkedIn, so this is, I think, kind of a mandatory questions. So, what advice would you give to sales leaders looking to leverage the LinkedIn tool like Sales Navigator effectively?
So the main tip I would give is to make sure you leverage everything on it. It's a tool that many times salespeople are not aware or they're not going deep enough, and they keep it in a very basic prospecting tool, which is a brilliant
Mm-hmm.
tool because LinkedIn is the first party data, real time data, which is great. But Navigator is actually a relationship management tool, and I find it so useful as a salesperson myself. So I
Yeah,
would just tell sales leaders, make sure you make the most out of it. Don't use it in the basic level. Go deep, leverage it to everything you do because it will give you so much more.
yeah, yeah. Well, I think LinkedIn is so big right now in the social market, right? Every
Mm-hmm.
professional is using LinkedIn. It gets hard to navigate, right? So it's really important to understand what to use, where to use, and when to use, right? So
Great.
I think this has been really great, kind of an application where people can network, where people can use Sales Navigator tools effectively as well to manage the business and the market. So I use LinkedIn a lot on my
Mm-hmm.
day-to-day basis for my social connection. and professional growth. So I think this is a wonderful tool that we've got. But as we come to an end of our podcast, the last question and the final one that I would love to ask you is, what are some of the most valuable lessons you've learned from your unplanned events, unplanned journey, and what advice would you give to our listeners?
I think the main thing is to stay open and stay curious. You never know who's the person you meet, what's their background, where they're coming from, and it's across the board, not just in sales. I'm surrounded
Yeah,
with different people from different backgrounds, and when you come open and really curious and want to listen, you'll be surprised, and that's
yeah,
what help you learn eventually. Because if you know everything all the time and you talk only with exclamation marks of "I know everything," you don't really learn. So I
yeah,
think that's one thing. And in the light of what's going on at the moment, things can get really tough.
yeah,
Keep optimistic.
yeah.
Like
Love
even if it's
that.
very, very, very dark, light one candle. It will give you a little bit of light in a lot of darkness. So keeping optimistic and keeping curious, these are my main two tips in general.
I love that. Be open, be curious, light a candle, remove the darkness. Really loved it. So thank you so much. And we've had an incredible conversation so far. But now it's time to switch gears and have a bit of fun. So, Liat, are you ready for a quick fire round?
Looking forward.
So, in this segment, we'll throw a series of rapid fire questions your way. The rules are simple. Answer the first thing that comes to your mind, and it's all about spontaneity and getting to know the real you. So, let's dive in and see what surprises awaits.
Let's do
So, my
it.
first question, yeah. What's your favorite book or podcast that you recommend to everyone?
Oh my God. I think the first thing that came to my mind is Oh, the Places You'll Go by Dr. Seuss. I keep getting back to it every once in a while. It's brilliant and it's very good for someone who wants to be learning and on the journey. Podcast. Wow. I don't have anything coming like
Well, you
straight
could
to my
say the
mind.
Unplanned
So
Journey one.
yeah, actually this one, the one that I'm being interviewed on. So yeah.
Oh my God, look at me. I'm promoting my own podcast.
Very
All
good.
right,
That's the way to
okay.
do it.
So if you could have dinner with any actor, who would it be and why?
I think Julia Roberts, because she's just so great in so many like different movies, different styles, and to be for so many years top actress takes a lot. So probably her.
Yeah, yeah. All right. And what's one habit or routine that you swear by?
One habit or routine that
That you swear by, that you live by every day?
the 5 a.m. 5 a.m. waking up. Yeah.
I think
It's
we
like it
all
doesn't matter
expected
when
that.
I go to sleep. I always wake up around 5 a.m. And the downside is that I have to go like to sleep early to make sure that I don't faint the next day. But the good thing is that I have more time. I just create
Yeah.
more time because I start earlier.
Well, you need to give us some tips and tricks, okay, at some point, how to
No
do that.
problem.
Okay. I'll try to wake up early in the morning. I cannot guarantee 5 a.m., but I'll try a little bit. And what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done?
I think moving to Dublin, like
Ooh,
packing my
lovely.
entire life and saying I'm taking a new adventure from scratch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And if you had to describe your journey in one word, what would it be?
Ongoing great learning curve.
Wow, I love that.
Mhm.
That's really nice. But
Yeah, it's like it's it has good moments, challenging moments, but the focus is to always be in progression and learn. So
right. Okay. No, that makes sense as well. So thanks so much. And wow, that was an incredible journey that we've explored today with you. So thanks again, Liat, and
my
I
pleasure.
hope we've explored a lot today. Some inspirational story with Liat, and from her impactful work at LinkedIn to her inspiring dedication as an ultra marathon runner, Liat has shown us the power of resilience and adaptability in navigating the unpredictable. Her insights on building successful sales team, balancing multiple passions, and staying motivated through challenges have been truly enlightening. I hope you found as much inspiration in her story as I did. So thank you yet again for sharing your unplanned journey with us. And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in to the episode of The Unplanned Journey, Thriving Amidst the Unpredictable. If you enjoyed today's conversation, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your friends. Until next time, remember to embrace the unexpected and thrive amidst the unpredictable. Stay curious, stay resilient, and keep exploring your own unplanned journey. Thank you again for tuning in, and we look forward to having you with us in the next episode of The Unplanned Journey. Thanks, Liat.
My pleasure.